Right lads, welcome back to another video. Today I'm just going to be going through 10 things that I think I'd tell my younger self about the gym just when I was starting to train, just a little over 5 years ago. Today as well, I'm wearing a United jersey. I don't know why. My ambitions are quite low for the cup final on Saturday. Anyways, into the video topic. First thing I tell myself is that it takes time. Everybody looks for the quick results. Everyone wants a quick fix. Building muscle, even more so than trying to lose fat, is a very long process. It takes a long time to see results. Yes, at the start you will see newbie gains, but even then it's quite slow compared to what people would expect. Some people think they can look incredible in the space of 3 months, even starting from maybe not the best starting physique. Number 2 kind of ties in with that then. So consistency is everything. You can have the perfect training plan, perfect nutrition plan, perfect sleep. If you're only following that for 2 weeks, it's not really going to do anything. Follow for 2 months, it might do something. Follow it to 2 years, you're going to change your life. Need to be doing the basics consistently over time. Thirdly, I'd say to my younger self to place more importance on calories. Now this is from a gain and muscle perspective. I was always very skinny when I was younger. I was never obese or anything like that. I was very skinny. I was trying to bulk up and put on muscle mass. I wish I'd put more importance on calories. Obviously for losing fat, calories are the most important thing in terms of weight loss, calorie deficit. For gaining muscle though, it's not as important. However, I think if from the early days I'd put more importance on being in a slight calorie surplus, I would have probably seen much quicker progress and I'd probably be further along today than I am. I was always quite consistent with my training. My sleep was never bad when I was younger. My diet was quite good. Protein was always high. I always drank plenty of water as well. They're all the kind of main building blocks of your muscle. But the one thing I probably could have done differently is be in more of a calorie surplus. I would have been able to go heavier in the gym on a more consistent basis, progressively overloading, which is obviously the key driver of muscle growth in relation to your training. Now I'm very much focused on being in a calorie deficit and trying to improve my strength over time. Now that my newbie gains have obviously gone, it's a lot tougher to gain strength, so now I'm more focused on being in a surplus. Number 4, I'd say to myself, cardio is not going to kill your gains. I always enjoyed doing cardio. I always felt great after doing a run or playing a game of football or something. But I always thought when I was starting out, cardio kills gains, as is a common myth in the fitness industry. Cardio will only kill your gains if it's your main priority. And even then, it's not really going to kill them. It will slow them down a bit. So say you're a marathon runner. Say you're going on maybe 5 runs a week. I don't really know what marathon runners do. Let's say, for example, you're going on 5 really long distance runs a week. That's going to take it out of your body. You're not going to be able to give your full intensity to your weight sessions then. And as a result of that, your progress in relation to strength gain is going to suffer. If your main priority is your strength training, you're doing maybe 3-4 weights workouts a week, you're doing a little bit of cardio on top of that, maybe 2 or 3 sessions a week, not really going to hamper your results that much. If anything, it can kind of help out a little. It means you have to rest shorter in between your sets then, or you're more recovered before you go into your following set because your cardiovascular system is actually more efficient from doing your cardio. Not to mention, it's just great for your heart health. I think everybody should be doing it. Maybe not intense cardio, not everyone has to do, but even walking. Number 5, I wish I'd joined martial arts sooner. I always said to myself for years, one day I'll get into it. Again, it kind of ties in with number 4, or once I get big enough, once I grow enough muscle, I'll get into martial arts. The thing with that mentality is you're never going to be big enough. The biggest bodybuilders in the world still think they're not big enough. They're always trying to improve upon what they have. Whichever way you want to train, get into it now and start. And I think that was kind of something in my mind as well, just trying to put it off because I was maybe nervous to get into it, but I'm glad I did in the end and I wish I'd done it sooner. Moving across to the right side now, top right, number 6, the basics will get you 80% of the results. I don't know if you've ever heard about the 80-20 rule, but it basically states that you can get 80% of the work of the results for doing 20% of the work. All the other 80% of the stuff, all the kind of fancy stuff, doesn't really matter. It's only going to account for about 20% of the actual results you're going to get. That's when you can start fine-tuning stuff once you've got the basics all nailed down. So a perfect example of this got to do with the gym will be something like recovery protocols, so your sauna, your ice bath and stuff like that. None of that really matters or is going to do anything for you if your training isn't good, if your diet isn't good and if your sleep isn't good. Once all that is on point, then you can start to bring in your sauna, you can bring in your ice bath for them slight marginal gains that's going to give you. Another example is supplements. Everybody is looking what's the best supplement. We all love our supplements because they're very easy to take. You just have to swallow a pill or take a scoop of powder. You think it's going to get you plenty of results. It's not. Again, if you're not nailing the basics, supplements are doing nothing for you. Number 7, stop overtraining. And by overtraining, I don't actually mean overtraining. What I mean by it is Getting into the gym, I probably trained more and done more volume than I probably had to. As soon as I started going to the gym, I got a membership. I tried to commit to going 6 days a week. Legs push pull, legs push pull, one rest day, and continue again the next week. This because at the time this was the big trend in the fitness industry. All my favourite fitness influencers were doing that split. They all had the workouts on their channels, just copied them exactly and done them. What I didn't realise is they'd been training 5-6 years at the time. I was just a complete beginner. I could have seen great results doing just 3 days a week of full body training. I didn't need to be committing to doing 6 days a week. And more often than not, I found myself being very inconsistent at the start, because if I missed one workout, got bogged down and missed the rest of the week, then 3 days of training a week isn't really a lot to commit to. Most people can commit to that, an hour a session, 3 hours out of 168 hours for the week. Not a lot really to commit to, and you're still seeing probably better results with that because you're not overtraining. Your body's not really used to the weights at the start. There's no need to be giving them so much of a stimulus at the start. If you're a complete beginner and you're going from nothing, you only need maybe 3-4 intense sets, even per week, and you'll still see growth. But if you're spreading that out across all your sessions, one exercise for chest, one for shoulders, one for back, one for quads, one for biceps, do that 3 times a week, you're going to be flying. You don't need to hammer a specific muscle group on a certain day. Get your frequency right too. Hit each muscle part at least 2 or 3 times a week. In the case I just mentioned, if you're doing full body 3 days a week, you're going to be hitting every body part 3 days a week, obviously. Number 8, progression is everything. With this, I'm talking about it as it relates to progressive overload when you're training in the gym. The key to build a muscle inside of the gym, that is building and building on the weight that you're lifting over time. There's a direct correlation between your strength gain and your muscle gain. So at the start of your training journey, you'll probably be able to add extra reps or extra weight onto the bar pretty much every workout for maybe the first month or 2. After a while, then it's going to start to plateau off a little bit. Progress is going to be a little bit slower, and the longer you're training, it gets slower and slower. But the goal that you have in mind is always to try and grind out that extra rep. Always try and add weight onto the bar week by week. If not week by week, month by month, even year by year. Your goal is always to train intense, try and do more than you done last time. That whole adaptation effect coming into place where your muscles are doing something they've never done before, and that's what gives them the reason to grow once you're recovering properly with your sleep and your protein intake and your calories and stuff like that. Second to last one, take more progress photos. When I started posting on Instagram, I was taking a lot of photos obviously to post, but the first 2 years I said that I was training, I had very little pictures to account for my progress. It's just kind of, I was really small when I was a kid, and then I gained a decent bit of muscle. I didn't really see the clear progression over time. Have a handful of pictures. Again, never took any videos in the gym or anything. I was too scared to record myself training. A lot of people say you shouldn't record in the gym. There's no reason for it. I think it's fucking great to record in the gym. You can look back at your progress over time. You can see yourself progressing. You can even look at your form as well, and it's just great to look back on in a few years once you've seen the results you're after, hopefully. Last one is enjoy the process. Everybody gets into the gym for the results. Most people stay for the enjoyment and fulfillment that it gives them something to anchor the day around. A lot of people nearly rely on it for their mental health. And in fairness, I don't think it's fair to say rely, because exercise is a crucial part of mental health, in my opinion. It's not like something like alcohol or drugs that you're relying on for that high. It's a real dopamine hit. I think the quicker everyone learns to enjoy the process, the better it's going to be. If you're not enjoying your training, you need to change it up, because I think there is a form of exercise out there for everybody. As always, if you like the video, make sure you like it and you subscribe as well, and I'll see you in the next one.